Hey, I'm Amethyst Guidance from InAlignment Ministries, and I wanted to check in with y'all to give you your current energy reading, okay? I know I haven't been here in a while. I wanted to do the recording of IG Live as well as YouTube Live at the same time, the last time I did my recording. However, it didn't work out that way. It didn't go as planned. So if you want to know about your individual signs, that can be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you know how to listen to messages and know if something resonates, I strongly encourage you to check out my IG, just_her tribe. And all that information is in this description box where you can actually see how to connect with me, okay? So I wanted to do it where I was operating simultaneously the YouTube live as well as IG live. It didn't happen that way, but you have messages, okay, on just_her tribe, okay? And that is on Instagram. So I wanted to channel some messages for the week. Until I get the green light, I think I will just do energy readings for the week. And if I don't really want to put a date on there because I really feel that time is fluid. Things may not happen in the exact time frame that it may upload. Some situations may confirm like 2, 3, 4 weeks down the road. And it's just kind of like getting a glimpse of the energy that may be operating or orchestrating in the background. So until I get the green light, I'm gonna figure out another way on describing these type of readings. But when you come across this message, there may be some messages for you, even if you don't come here during the time that I uploaded, okay? So I strongly encourage you to not just focus on, oh, I uploaded, so that means it's just for the week. If you feel guided to come back to videos that I've uploaded, in the past, there's a message for you, especially if you feel an urge to act on it, okay? So I wanted to check in on the energy because I had spoke to a friend/client in regards to the energy, and I noticed that there was a portal opening these past few days. There was some strong energy that had came through, and I want to see if it actually comes up during this reading. And there's been some major shifts. I'm sure you've seen on the news different headlines that has caught our attention. It's all connected, y'all. So I just want you to be mindful. Make sure when you are tripping off the news, when you're tripping off what's going on in your surroundings, see if you can get the hidden messages, or see if you're able to dive a little bit deeper than the surface level of what has been presented to you. A lot of it is deeper than what meets the eye. And it's time for us to really be in tune with our mind's eye, with our intuition, to ground our energy. So when we have these energy shifts, we're able to handle it. I just heard disintegrate. So there is some energy within our bodies, and I just heard light bodies. So there's an energy within us that needed to be shuffled, removed. You may even feel right now discombobulated or tired or dizzy or just not centered. I strongly encourage you to get grounded. And it's really just I just got a glimpse of what Spirit is actually doing right now. Like when they go, you've seen the scenes of them using this sift like screening process where basically like the sand is going through, but they're trying to get stones or jewels or gold or just sifting to get whatever they're trying to get, right? And these may be people that are hunter-gatherers, or people that are looking for gold, or looking for treasures, okay? And they're just using this sift. It's like it's a square with the wood frame, and I'm seeing it, and it's a screen on the within that frame. And if I keep doing this, I've been noticing that I'm getting messages. I realize that I get different signs of when I'm really channeling and getting information. So if I burp, if it's just little things. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have already picked up on it, but lately it's been the nose thing. So basically there's a sifting going on, or even flour. So bakers out there, if you're familiar, like when you're getting the flour and you have to sift the flour to make it lighter, right? And sometimes flour comes like that already pre-sifted, but back in the day, there was, and they may still have it, where you put it in this, it looks like a can on the outside with a handle, but on the inside, if you look, it's like a screen in there. And whenever you clamp on the handle, it's like sifting the flour. So the flour is like fluffier and lighter. And that's what's going on with our energy as far as our bodies. So even though it's helping you to break up some of the energy within your body, break up some of the, I'm even hearing membrane. So if some of y'all have like mucus or inflammation, you may start coughing up phlegm or mucus. You may like feel like you're excreting certain waste. And it may be through your skin, it may be through your mouth, it may be through, just different extremities. You may experience that where you, it's basically making you lighter, okay? And so even in that process, if you know about the body, because again, the body is so intelligent, I always say this, but the body needs the rest, okay? So the rest that you'll be getting, because some of you are lethargic, you're tired, you may not have energy like you usually do on a day, or your typical day. So that energy is meant to be in it, like I'm hearing like a reservoir, okay? So you're going through this process of being tired because usually you don't honor your sleep system, I'm hearing. So you're needing to rest so your body can repair itself. And I'm hearing DNA repair. So some of you are really going through a deep process of removing toxins, removing waste, inflammation, pains. Well, pains is connected to inflammation, releasing water, okay? And you're going through this process where there's like a cell/DNA repair that's going on. I'm hearing that some of you are going through a fine-tune process, okay? Some of you are going through a fine-tune process where you are able, once this process is over, are able to fine-tune your day, fine-tune how you utilize your energy and make the most of your day, okay? Some of us has actually lost count or lost time. So you may be getting your days mixed up during this time, where you may feel like, oh, I thought it was just Tuesday, and then you find out it's Friday, actually. You may have that type of thing going on. Also, I want to put this out there, ladies. I know I'm not the only one. I have experienced a major shift, and I apologize for any noise. That's my boy. So you may actually, what I was saying. So basically, I'm currently on my cycle, It's not TMI. This is natural. This is life. If you can't handle it, I'm sorry. You have to go to another channel. So with my cycle, usually I have gotten to the point where usually my first day is just uncomfortable, and sometimes I may cramp, and then the rest of my cycle, it's like up to 3 to 4 days I have a cycle, and the rest of the days are good. Back in the day, I can't say that. It was pretty painful, to the point where I would have to go to the hospital. You know, my dad would have to come and get me early from school. I mean, they would give me Motrin, ibuprofen, 800 milligrams, popping them, popping all kinds of pain pills. But anyway, now I don't have to deal with that. I really have healed my body tremendously. So I realized that I was lacking a lot of minerals and nutrients in my body, and that has really helped me as far as my cycle. But in regards to my cycle this go round, this by far has been the best cycle I've had in a very, 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 very long time. No medicine the first day, no staying in bed the whole day on my first day. I was able to do a few things and do what I wanted to do, just being real, like doing what I want to do, relaxing when I wanted to, resting when I wanted to, get up and do a few things if I wanted to. So like no pain. Like, if you would just understand, I know there's some ladies that could relate with me in regards to that. And I'm just so thankful. And during this time, for the past couple of weeks, I've been really intentional about self-love. I've been really intentional about deepening my connection with myself and really appreciating my body and how it operates. And we can say sweet nothings to our body, but action is needed in order to preserve your body. So that means eating better, that means going to sleep, that means hydration, that means putting the necessary things in our bodies so that it can operate properly. That means getting proper sunlight, all of that. So I've really been intentional, and even exercise. I've been really intentional about how I take care of my body. I've been using my self-love oil, which is called Infinite Love Potion. It is really the bomb. I really wanted to experiment with it first before I really like put it out on my page. I went ahead and put it on my page, but I really been getting my experiences with the self-love oil, familiarizing myself with it. I like to try out my oils or whatever I may offer prior to putting it out for sale. Okay, so this oil is really, really good. It is on my website. I have a limited quantity, so get it. You know what I mean? It really works. The smell doesn't last like the whole day, but probably, like, from what I'm gathering, it's like probably maybe up to 8 hours, depending on, and that's not with reapplication. But it's not really meant for it to be like a lasting perfume. It's really like a dressing oil, if you're familiar with like candle rituals. It's good for anointing like your candles. It's good for applying it on yourself, just for the energy of it to help you with your self-love. It also amplifies love within you. And when you're in that type of frequency or that vibration, it's natural for you to attract more love in various ways, not just romantic. So if you want a better description of it, because I'm kind of I've been experiencing, in a sense, like a spiritual high. So that's what I'm kind of feeling right now. So if you want that oil, or if you want more of a detailed description, go on my website, InAlignmentMinistries.com. Okay. But I'm mentioning this because I noticed a shift within my body as far as my cycle. This by far has been the best cycle I've had in a very long time. And I really felt the energy shift. And I'm hearing transmutation. So we're all going through our metamorphosis. We're going through our own evolutionary shift within us, with each of us. And it may show up in different ways. And I'm just mentioning my experience as far as my monthly cycle. Now, usually it falls around new moon or full moon, and I usually know what it's about. If it's full moon, I know I'm needing to release something. Something has come up to the surface for me to deal with and heal. New moon, I know it's something like, I'm hearing like expectation type energy. So it's like kind of like making room. It's a little bit different than full moon. Where it's like making room to jump on this new energy. That's what my body feels like when I have a cycle during that time. But this time was a little bit off the timing, a little bit. But it's cool though, because I feel like it's still where it needs to be. But my energy has definitely changed. My skin has changed. And of course, I've been on vacation. I didn't mention that, but I've been on vacation, and I've noticed, just with my experience with the sun, I'm like, this is the hue that I'm supposed to be. I did not use sun protection. If you use, sun protection, that's on you. But I really felt like I needed to absorb the sun. Where I was, the sun was definitely different than where it is as far as the States. I know they do stuff chemically, and they manipulate the energy as far as weather and all of that. Where I was able to get so much nutrients from the elements where I was located. Okay. So I'm saying that to say that some of you may experience some of those shifts within you. Some of you are getting prepared for a heart chakra expansion or energy activation, and I'm also hearing upgrade. So some of you couldn't handle some of the shifts that we've been receiving, and some of you actually feel like it was an out of body experience where you felt like the world was shaking almost. That's how ungrounded or imbalanced you felt within your body. And so it's come a time for us to be able to handle that energy. And we're going through that preparation with the shift that we recently experienced. Now, don't get it twisted. There is a spiritual warfare where it's almost like, it's a battle with, okay, this particular energy that's working for our highest good is trying to open us up, release some of the dense energy that we're experiencing here on this earth or on this plane. So it's like wanting us to be on that higher or light vibration. And then this denser, this competitive energy is trying to distort the energy, distort the frequencies or the vibrations that will help us alleviate some of the density within the energy that we experience now. So it's a conflict. It's like a war, as far as that. I'm hearing energetic battle. okay? And that is beyond what we see on the day-to-day, because a lot of us are so focusing on getting to the bag, family, material gain, safety and security, that we overlook the greater experiences that are out there. You know, sometimes we get so caught up in, when we look at our lives, we almost forget that there are other galaxies, there's other planets, there's other life, there's other light beings that exist other than us, because we get so consumed with our story and our mission. And we kind of forget that, you know what I mean? We forget that place. So let's see what other energy I need to dissect or bring up. Some of you may be receiving major downloads through your crown, okay? There's almost like a portal. You know, like that soft spot on our skull that we have, that we're supposed to grow out of once we get older and develop. And it's like a soft spot when we're babies. Some of us are actually experiencing energy, even if you don't have proof of anything being penetrated, there's no harm or nothing like that towards you. But you may feel a great sensitivity right here, receiving downloads. Some of you may feel guided to cover your head. Some of you may feel the opposite, where you actually expose your hair and your head, so that that energy, you know, I'm hearing like energy transmission will go through. So yeah, there's a lot of truth telling in the throat. Okay, there's going to be a throat chakra activation. There will be an increase in mediumship abilities. So some of you that are mediums, or if you were not aware that you're a medium, you may actually have an activation as well. But I'm seeing that some of you will have that ability strengthened, as far as what, seeing beyond what is shown on a day-to-day, okay? Seeing through dimensions, communicating with other beings, those that have crossed over, them being more visible to the eye. I also see with the throat chakra, again, clarity being spoken, miscommunication highlighted. But if the people you're dealing with are patient, it can actually be worked through, okay? And I'm hearing blunders. So if there's mishaps, if there's mistakes or some form of confusion where a person may thought they were in the right and they later on discovered that they were wrong, they would try to make it right. And I'm hearing do-over. So you may have some reconciliations during this time in regards to your relationships. I'm getting more so romantic than platonic. There may be a rekindling of friendships. It's kind of like a 50-50 with that, because it really depends on the energy of how it disconnected. So if you do rekindle something with a friendship or with a friend, either it's going to be a thing where it was like really bad how y'all fell off, or things were left unsaid, then those may not connect. But if it's something where someone actually want to rehash and like kind of do a do-over, then you may receive some form of communication from those individuals, or vice versa. With the heart chakra, I'm seeing that, again, I mentioned earlier, expansion, and I just heard a DNA code. Okay, can't share it. But I'm hearing a DNA code being activated with people's heart chakras, okay? So it's calling for a lot of us to be more compassionate with ourselves and compassionate with others, even beyond our understanding, okay? Even beyond our scope of intelligence or emotional intelligence, okay? But there is it's calling for us to be able to expand the way we love and communicate with each other, because some of us have had blockages in the areas of our heart because of disappointment or betrayal or what have you. So it in turn blocked us down in the sacral, because our sacral is where our emotions are stored, our feelings. And so in turn, that kind of turns us off from connecting with others and being vulnerable. Even though the heart is about compassion and love, I'm seeing that it also deals with your will, as far as like your willpower and wanting to see something through, okay? When you truly love someone, if you've ever been in a loving relationship or you just had love for someone, you will do whatever it takes to salvage that relationship. You will do whatever it takes to preserve that relationship. And so that takes a lot of courage. Some of you are actually dealing with the Leo. Leo's connected with the heart, okay? So even though solar plexus, typically it deals with mental energy, willpower, control, whether you're critical or not, or overly critical, or with yourself or others, I'm seeing that it's something going with the heart that actually controls somewhat of that energy. And being the fact that the energy centers are connected, it only makes sense that there may be some form of domino effect in regards to one energy center affecting the other. So I hope that makes sense. Let's see if there's anything else. Just take a few moments while I'm allowing Spirit to operate during this session, to breathe and release and express gratitude during this time, as far as the messages that you receive, that you get what you need, and just be in gratitude for this opportunity to even come on this video to experience that energy, okay? We're experiencing summer solstice energy. We're finally in summertime. And I keep hearing tuna, but then I hear La Luna. Loon, that sounds like the moon. So I know earlier I mentioned about the cycle, the monthly cycle. Some of you will, I just confirmed, will have an energy shift that will change when you begin your cycle, okay? So I did hear an energy shift in regards to that. And I'm hearing some of you actually need to eat more vegetables and hydrate. Even fruit, fresh fruit. I'm also hearing to reduce or remove starch with your diet, within your diet. So if that applies, okay, you know you've been contemplating releasing certain things in your diet, take that in consideration and act on it. I'm hearing 3D. So I'm receiving energy from a higher or an angelic being, and they're light codes. Okay, some of you will be tuning into light language. Okay, and people may be familiar with speaking in tongues. It's a little bit different, but they're very similar. So you may experience some form of activation that way. Don't think it's odd. Don't think it's weird. Accept and receive. It won't harm you. There's nothing wrong with it. But we're going through some, I'm hearing upheaval. Again, dense energy. There's going to come a time where all of us really going to have to tap into that love space. And it's only going to go to the higher realms of our energy centers. Like that oneness, right? Where you're non-reactive, you're more of an observatory position versus always reacting. So Spirit is really going to be dealing with us in a way that deals with, I keep going back to it, with our heart space, with love. It's going to really challenge us in regards to forgiveness, about being flexible, about being open. Okay? There's going to be a separation within your energy because Spirit is wanting you to let go and forgive, wanting you to release things that you've been holding on to that don't help you, okay? And it's just like, from what I'm seeing, like a child holding on to something that they need to let go. I don't care if it's a toy, if it's been outdated and that toy is hanging on this last leg, or just something that they use for coping with anxiety or, separation, or feeling abandoned. So they hold on to this familiar thing to keep them, or what they think is keeping them safe or coping with the current circumstances. And so Spirit is wanting you to let go of those things, and step into the unknown. Okay, step into, I'm seeing this water that you really can't see all the way down into it. It's not mercury or anything like that, but it's like dark water that you can't really see how far it goes down. And so some of us are a little nervous or apprehensive of trusting that experience, and that is to be expected. But I'm getting a very good energy if you just trust and you fully go in. A lot of us are going through ascension, elevation, You're seeing things differently as far as your experiences in life. Again, we're really tapping into that observatory experience. And I'm just hearing like high life. Okay. So again, like what I'm going through right now, like I'm here, but I feel like I'm not here. And it's just the energy that I'm tapping into, where the things like the surface level things are just not important. But just know that there is some newness that's wanting to enter into your life. And I'm getting romantic. I'm really getting romantic connections. I'm getting second chances. And there is some friendships. And I'm not saying all of us may have some new connections in regards to friendships now, but it is opening us up for those experiences. Some of us have been hurt, so it's a thing where we got to get rid of this stuff, the clutter, the thoughts that don't serve you well, the blockages, so that you can be open to those experiences, because they are necessary for your lifetime now, okay? You may even feel guided to the things that you have placed on the shelf as far as your endeavors or your business or what have you. I'm seeing that you're feeling the energy of actually going out and acting on them, okay? You may be motivated. I'm hearing Virgo energy. You may be motivated to start cleaning up, get rid of things, cleaning up your home, your workspace, making room. Some of you need to, I'm hearing pack lighter, but basically because of this energy shift, it's not only affecting your physical body, but it's actually affecting your space. So if some of you do not belong in the space that you are currently in, there may be a shift in that. There's nothing that you can do to prepare for that. Because I just heard spontaneous, okay? But just know that at the end of the day, you are protected and you are loved, okay? You are safe. But we need to go through this shift, okay? So again, I'm Amethyst Goddess from InAlignment Ministries. If you want to check out your individual signs, again, it's on my IG. All the information is in the description box below. If you need to book me, you know, whether it's a consultation, a reading, an energy healing session, again, all that information is in the description box below. Be well. Take care.